The first question is what happened today, and the second question is what will happen tomorrow.
Well, Jim Jordan lost the vote to become Speaker today and faces a big uphill battle, a bigger uphill battle than he previously anticipated. Basically, in essence, what happened was the mods are biting back. We're so used to these hard right, these hardliners revolting against the Speaker. That's what McCarthy faced throughout the entirety of his short-lived speakership. But now you're seeing moderates hold tight. They're entrenched in their no against Jim Jordan. And he walked off the House chamber, the House floor earlier today, and started working the phones, making calls, holding meetings, trying to convince people to get to yes. His spokesperson, Russell Dye, told us earlier in the day to anticipate a second ballot, another vote on the House floor later today, only for us to be told that now that's actually being pushed to tomorrow. This comes after several lawmakers told us that they anticipate more no's to come after this first ballot. So that gets to your second question. We are anticipating an 11 a.m. vote tomorrow for Jordan to take another go at this. But based on what we're hearing right now, the chances don't look that great for him. You have, again, a lot of the moderate New Yorkers, some appropriators from Florida, Texas, a lot of these people coming out of the woodworks, people who are not usually in the limelight, who are not doing cable news interviews all the time, who are still voting for Steve Scalise, Kevin McCarthy, Lee Zeldin. Even Tom Massey got a vote from Victoria Spartz. So Jordan has a lot of work to do, and he has less than 24 hours to get there.
Yeah. By the way, you mentioned whether we hear from them or not. We invite the mods, as you called them, on. And sometimes for reasons that only politicians can explain, someone like Matt Gaetz may come on and the mods don't always. But why would Jordan lose support tomorrow under that theory of the case? You're saying that's what your sourcing tells us. So walk us through, for those of us who aren't, following every little bit of this, why someone would be a Republican and today kind of vote yes as a whatever, a courtesy, and tomorrow vote no on Jordan.
Well, it's a confluence of reasons. Some of it really has to do just with the inertia and the timing of things. The Jordan strategy at the outset of this was to really get the floor vote done as much as possible to try to capitalize off of some of the momentum he was seeing. There's a lot of fatigue going on here, people who just don't want to engage in this fight. But now that this fight is continuing, you might see some of these factions harden and broaden. So these New Yorkers, for example, some of whom have said that they're not voting for Jordan because Jordan voted against funding for 9/11 victims and also voted against aid for people who had their homes and lives destroyed by Hurricane Sandy. That is sentiment that is only likely to balloon overnight and perhaps affect the entire New York caucus in the House GOP conference.
You make an important point there, and we got about a minute left. This is the last question. There's always a stretch between any given member in either party's positions or past voting, and then the pitch they can make to say, I will rise to the occasion, I will be a speaker for the whole party, yada, yada. But Jim Jordan's not really known for that move. Do you see that that's his problem, that people either aren't hearing that or don't believe he will do that?
That's exactly right. There is a complete trust deficit. And that is what we also heard a lot of these people say coming off the House floor, that Jim Jordan is, one, having issues with what you just noted, the perception problem rising to the moment and actually being this unifying a convincing unifying force, and then also people trusting that he is going to make good on his promises. I mean, you've already had some GOP lawmakers privately questioning whether or not he would ultimately back off of his promise to bring to the House floor an aid package, combined aid package for Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, border security that a lot of lawmakers said he had made a concession on in order to garner their support. So, this is the problem that Kevin McCarthy had. Yeah. It's the problem Jim Jordan had. And it's why I think you might see the House come to the office tomorrow, back to the Capitol, and have a whole new speaker potentially that they've maybe coalesced around.